Okay. So you can hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, the headphones weren't on.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure those are on. How's
Yeah.
your day going?
Oh, it's a day. I went and got sushi for lunch and I ate a bunch of it. I
Did
still
you go
got some left.
did
Went
you
to
go to
Noble Fish and Clausen. Yeah.
dude, that salmon roll? I
Oh
haven't been
my
able to
God.
find a sushi roll that good
And you
anywhere
won't.
else.
You won't. That place is like that place has been, I want to say like 5 or 6 years running now, the best like sushi restaurant in the Detroit area.
I might
So
even say a decade,
Noble
man. I
Fish.
had people talking to me about Noble Fish when I was in high school.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, now I think about it, so longer than that. So, well,
Damn,
anyways,
you eating good. Yeah,
yeah, I'm always eating good.
speaking of what I was gonna eat today, I mean, I might as well just share this right now, real quick. We'll get back to that one. Look at this. Burger King is selling Whoppers for the next 2 days for only 37 cents a piece.
Is that only a Texas thing or is that everywhere?
I think it's everywhere.
Oh,
It's the
well, I want,
64th anniversary of the Whopper, so you can get a Whopper for 37 cents.
which is what they originally sold them for.
Yeah, which is
Yeah,
like it's wild
Whoppers are pretty fucking good, man.
there.
It's hard to it's hard to argue. It's like, yeah, it's pretty fucking good. So
That was
uh
Oma and Opa's favorite.
Oman Opa's favorite, eh?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
remember?
oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely. I remember, oh my God, I remember one time we went to the McDonald's there on the corner of Van Dyke and Metro Parkway. It might have been, no, I take that back. It was Mountain Metro Parkway, and Opa got into an argument with the girl running the thing because she gave our food away, or he thought so. That was like the first time I ever experienced terrible customer service, and it was bad. He's like, we're
And
never going back to
Opa was like the
McDonald's
most.
again.
He was like the most patient human on
Patient,
earth.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but like they put our food up and then like I- they took it away and then gave it to like the people
My
at
favorite
the drive-through.
my favorite time going out to eat with him. We took him to Sagebrush Cantina,
Oh, really? Oh, I wasn't there
and
for that.
he hated it. He complained. He goes, "I'd rather have had Taco Bell."
Why? Why did he hate on that place? That place is good. They
He
got some
just
pretty good
wasn't.
food.
He wasn't feeling it, man.
Oh, that's
he,
funny.
he wanted his T-Bell, bro.
Gotcha.
I think that's what happens when you're old and all you do is sit home and watch commercials all day.
Yep.
It's like all you want is just to eat what they advertise to you.
Yeah.
Bro's been watching like commercials for chalupas for 10 years, and we take him to Sagebrush. He's like, no, this ain't what I was sold, bro.
I remember he had that plush Chihuahua toy that he'd always play.
Oh, that's it.
Yep. The
That's it.
Yokio Taco Bell, and it was like the
It sang the song chances are that you wear
you're
us
a
that I
silly
wear a silly
grin.
grin the moment you come into view.
Interview.
And he
And
used to
then,
play that to Oma every night.
he recorded it on one of those like those recordable picture frames, and it was that song, and then it was him saying "Ich liebe dich, meine Schatzi" to him, and that's great.
And
Made it that
he
made that
would
made him
click it
sound.
every night.
If people didn't know any better, we're calling him Opa. He's speaking German. He spoke good German. He was not German. He was born in Detroit. That's a lot of people don't know that about our grandfather. He was a full-blooded American, like full-blooded Midwestern Detroiter. And I was talking to my boss the other day because we are talking about our little bit of family history, and I brought up the Sam Lepresti story and how that Wikipedia page basically describes his experience at sea.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Sam Lepresti was a goalie for the Chicago Blackhawks. Bring it up. Bring up the Wikipedia page and share that, because that's an interesting story. His parents thought he was dead. so what happened to our grandpa? He was in the Navy. He wasn't a merchant marine, right? David, do you hear me?
I'm sorry, I'm bringing up the Sam Lepresti page.
Oh, okay. Can't multitask. Anyways,
Well, I
he
can't.
well, he was in the United States Navy and he was on a merchant vessel. He was a gunner. He shot a 50 caliber machine gun, the same thing Cuba Gooding Jr. shot in he was shooting in Pearl Harbor. Great movie. Anyways, yeah, a German U-boat got him. And he always had that poster, slip a lip can sink a ship.
Yeah.
So
Slip of the lip. Yeah, it had this in our basement
that one right there. Yep.
right here.
Yeah, he always said that's me.
You said that's him. Now the story I read deeper into it around the time Opa passed away,
Yeah.
because I found a lot of documents in the basement.
Okay.
And there was one article that said that there were two what are they called? Rafts. When the boat was hit and sank, there were two rafts, and the first raft went north and was founded that week. And the second
found him
raft,
that week, yeah.
It caught a current and it went south all the way down to Brazil.
Mhm.
And they found it 48 days after the sinking of the ship.
And that's the
And
boat
how
Opa was
those
on.
guys survived at sea is there would be packs of dolphins, like the small ones, that would swim by the raft, and men would jump into the water and grab a dolphin, bring it back on the raft, and they would survive by drinking its blood. And that's how they stayed nourished and maintained.
Yeah.
And there was a letter that was sent by Steve and what was Opa's mom's name? Martha?
Yeah.
Steve and
Marge.
Martha, I think. They sent to the US Navy asking it. It literally just said, they got a call that said your son died at sea. And then the line went dead. So
Mhm.
they didn't know if he was alive or what had happened. So they were writing all these postcards to the military asking, is my son alive? And it wasn't until a month and a half later that he returned.
Mhm.
And they found out he was alive. And him and Sam Lepresti, they the way Opa talks about Sam, they don't make friendships like
Mhm.
that anymore, man. Like
Mhm.
Sam had Opa's back because Opa was a lot younger than him.
Well,
And there were
Sam,
times where like Opa would go to the bar with Sam and the
yeah.
rest of the Blackhawks,
Yep.
and the bartenders would kick Opa out because he was too
Mhm.
young. So Sam and the rest of the Blackhawks stood up and said, if you're not letting him in, then you're not serving any of us.
Mhm.
So the bartender goes, okay, you guys can stay. And then they let Opa in and let him underage chill.
So the Chicago Blackhawks basically gave our grandfather alcohol underage.
Yeah.
Those I always knew they were bad.
That's
So,
why Opa always rooted for the Blackhawks, even when they faced
yeah.
the Red Wings.
Yeah, and it's a rivalry too, so I guess we gotta yeah, I guess we have to be Blackhawk fans now. Shit.
No, I'm not. I can't. Those Patrick Kane years, Tau.
Oh yeah,
I
God,
can't. I
no.
can't. They never
It's
brought me to the bar.
yeah, fuck you, Patrick Kane.
No,
Th-
but Opa
Um,
was a hell of a life, man.
yeah, that's and Sam Presti's job, because Opal was the gunner, his job was the engineer, so he made sure Sam made sure that all the guns were good to go, in case. He had really good stories about they were shooting at a American submarine. They thought it was a German submarine because a lot of people don't know this, but the Germans used to run wolf packs of submarines in the Bahamas, on the Americas, that area, the Atlantic Ocean, and they were shooting at an American submarine, and an American plane came across the deck and shot them, like, hey, it's friendly fire, motherfuckers. So
Dang.
Opa told me that story. And then there's another one. When he was in the Pacific, they those balloons. So you know about those balloons that Japan was sending over and with bombs. He
No.
said he shot some of them down.
What? What
Yeah,
do you
look up Japanese balloons World War II. They were designed to like float up into like the stratosphere and then like fly over the ocean and then drop bombs onto American cities. It didn't work out very well.
like they would pop and then
Yep.
it would drop the bomb? That's so the whole basis on that is just hoping that the bomb would be over a ship when the balloon popped, or would
Yep.
they
Hey, go to
would they
that map down there. That's where they. I guess that's where they found them. Yeah. Oh, that's the. Is that the National Geographic article? Yeah. So the whole idea was balloons.
did any of them fall on US soil?
I think that's what that.
Those red dots?
Yep.
Oh shit! So we actually had bombs being dropped on mainland soil.
Yeah,
I never hear about that.
but it didn't work out very well. Imagine if those were nuclear bombs. Look at. Wait, go back. Go back. It looks like there's Michigan on there.
The first, yeah, two cities in Michigan. The first intercontinental weapon. Balloon.
Balloon bombs.
Oh my god.
They're like, no, you gotta
Why?
sign in because
Why?
because National
Oh, you're
Geographic is owned by
it is National Geographic.
they are owned by Disney. Subscribe. You have a Disney Plus account. You
I
should
have a
be able
Disney
to.
Plus account. Why doesn't this? Oh,
Yeah. Well, fuck them. Fuck you, National Geo.
wait. Now I want to know.
Yeah, I want to know more about the Michigan bombs.
How the Japanese bombed Michigan during World War II. Holy shit. How did we not ever know about this?
Yeah, we never learned about that. We learned a lot about World War II too. Hang on. Go ahead and read some of that. I gotta go grab a water. Just give me 1
9-year-old
second.
Lawrence Buzz Bailey and two neighbor kids ran excitedly towards a large balloon floating to Earth on farmland in North Door, a rural community in Allegan County, south of Grand Rapids. That's where our mother lives. It was February 1945, and they didn't realize they were discovering the remnants of a Japanese attack on the United States.
That's hilarious. Not hilarious, but crazy.
The effort mostly failed, though. About 280 of the balloons with their components were later found in North America, with the two easternmost discoveries being made in Michigan at North Door and another discovered near 8 Mile and Gill Roads in Farmington the following month. Well, they were trying to get Marshall.
Yeah, they were trying to get him. Oh, Farmington's a nice area.
Now you understand why Marshall Mathers says 8 Mile is so dangerous. You have Japanese bombing it all the time. No.
Well, Farmington, that's an area. I don't like that area.
Yeah, neither did the Japanese.
Yeah, apparently. Too bad. No, I'm just kidding.
This is nuts. What what a conception.
Hey,
Huge failure.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think that they actually try to pull that off. But burp tastes like sushi. So tell us about your shirt.
It just says gabagool. Speaking of gabagool, and Italians being slightly special. Check this out. Check this news article out.
Italian man tries to dodge. Yeah.
So he went in to get his COVID vaccine, but he was wearing a fake arm. And I gotta think that's only ingenuity in Italian could think of.
Yeah.
And turns out he was caught.
Yeah, no shit. Touch your fucking skin and it's all cold and
She said, "Sir, your skin is very rubbery and cold."
yeah. Come on. That's funny.
But they called the police. if I was the nurse in that position, I don't think I would have called the police. I think I would
Well,
have just died laughing.
do you see? So I actually talked to Stefan. Do you see what they're doing in Germany and France?
No, what are they doing?
Oh my God, the videos are crazy. The cops are going up to people while they're eating dinner and checking for their vaccination status. And in Germany, if you're not vaccinated, you're locked down. Same thing in Austria. I'm actually going to read to you Stefan's text. He also agreed to come on here and talk about his beer drinking podcast, but he doesn't think he can speak good enough English. So,
That's fine. You can speak enough German, right?
well, he speaks really good English. He just doesn't. He's not confident with it.
I,
Just the same way I am with my
that was the
German.
same with Rosella when she came over from Italy. She's
Yeah,
like,
with her English, like
she's like
just speak
she's
it.
like, my English is so bad. I'm sorry, I'm not an exquisite
That's good
speaker like the
English.
rest of you. And it's like, you sound fine. Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
No, I remember, when we first met him, Ricardo didn't speak a lick of English. Now he speaks better English than both of us. He spent a lot of time in Australia. That's Ricardo and Christopher are other cousins too from Germany. So we got David and I got cousins all over the world. We got cousins in Australia. We think we have cousins in Venezuela, Italians that went over there.
So you said Germans are coming up and checking people's
Yeah, so Germany
cars
and
while they're
France, but
eating?
but I asked him
Man,
about it.
so old habits just don't die hard, huh?
Yeah. So
Uh,
and in
okay.
Austria too. So and that's where Hitler came from. But anyways, I asked him, "Hey, are you locked down?" He goes, "Nope. We all have like a curfew. After 8 p.m., every restaurant and shop has to be closed, and every bar, club, and gym is locked down. Vaccinated have easier in public transportation and no tests, for example. So people who are sick still have to take tests, but and then I explained to him how what we're doing here, it's more of a state to state thing. Florida is basically free. Meanwhile, New York and LA have the strictest lockdowns, which makes sense because they're so dense. But still, cops going up to you and asking you for your passport information. I don't and just I was watching
Not
Tim
okay.
Pool. Yeah, and I was watching Tim Pool yesterday, and they said and the House just passed this bill to have a database of everybody who is vaccinated. Um, and I guess a bunch of Republicans, voted for this too. So we may follow suit. Who knows? But this Omicron variant that is showing up, first of all, I have to get the joke out of the way. It reminds me of Omicron Persei 8
What's that?
from Futurama. It's the aliens that come. They show up and invade Earth
Oh
because
yeah.
Ally McBeal, because they're watching episodes from Ally McBeal 1,000 years later. Yeah, these guys.
Was it Ally
Yeah,
McBeal?
yeah. Was it? Well, they called her McNeil.
McNeil. Yeah, and it got like
That
canceled, so they wanted the finale.
look at the real one, ruler of planet Omicron Persei 8. But
Right?
they're going by the Greek alphabet. So
That's
and then
we
he eats
were
the hippie and gets stoned.
we were talking about, oh yeah, he does. We were talking about the like the names of them.
But
And we're saying the next variant is the Necronomicon. And I realized while saying that last night, I was trying to I can't say that word.
you're like Bruce Campbell and that movie.
Oh my god, yeah, it's exactly
Not
like
to
that.
I can't even say it. But
Try to say it.
what I was
Try to say it.
Necronomicon.
You would know
Well,
it.
he has to say these like 3 words
Yeah,
to
but I'm
pick up
just
the
specifically
Necronomicon, and he
talking about
forgets
that
it,
word.
and then the Army of Darkness comes. But no, what I was saying though before about Omicron. So they're saying it's less deadly, but very highly transmissible, which possibly means that we're looking at the end of this. So when as variants evolve and stuff, what they say is you'll get more transmissible, but once they become less weaker, our bodies are starting to get used to like the spike proteins and things like that. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know if that's really what it is, but I think that's what I heard. So this is it. This is going to be the last variant that
Well,
causes any problems. And
you're not a scientist, so you don't know that for
I
certain.
don't know that, but that's what they were saying on Flagrant too. Andrew Schultz said it. So,
Oh
but
yeah,
that's what the scientists were saying
and
too.
he's a scientist. I can't remember. I can't remember. Is he a scientist?
I trust him.
Well,
I'm Akash Singh.
I'm done trusting anything until it's just over. Until we're
You got the gabagool.
the gabagool
Sorry.
variant is going
The
to kill,
gabagool variant is gonna.
kill
That's when it.
everyone.
That's when it breeds with the Ebola virus, and then we're all dead.
So
So
like
and
with
AIDS
when a
and
virus gets
herpes.
weaker, it's conforming more to human cells
I guess yes.
because the virus needs the host cell to survive. So it's
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
it's
Look
sort
it
of
up.
as the human cells are convincing the virus if it wants to exist and not be attacked, it must become weaker. It must conform to being more like us,
Yeah,
sort of like humans on Earth.
yeah.
Earth constantly is trying to get us to be more like it.
hmm We are like Earth. We're 70% water. So is the Earth.
And we're a very special virus that conform to our host.
Yeah. And some viruses might be good. Some viruses have helped us evolve. But we
Well,
rely on bacteria in
like
our
I said
gut.
last time, since I've gotten both the shots, my penis has grown by 4 inches.
That's it.
It's I'm becoming more fast with my more fast. Good words. I'm becoming more of a critical thinker. It's as if I see 5 moves ahead. As I can see, it's like I'm limitless or something. These vaccines have made me a better person.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, what kind of tobacco are you smoking there?
It's called guava from Hawaii.
Is it really guava? The
It's a
guava
really good
kind? Guava.
sativa
You're gonna.
tobacco.
I know of this other hockey player that used to play for the Detroit Red Wings back in the day. His name was Paul Coffey. Have you heard of him?
No. What number was he?
Number 7-7. Anyways,
Yeah,
for those of
Adam
you who
always.
don't know, David, I roast David on this. Whenever he coughs, I bring up hockey player. Yep, there he is, number 77, Paul Coffey. He didn't win a cup with us, but he is a 3-time Stanley Cup champion.
Well, he's a big reason why we got the cup, though, is because they
Oh,
traded
yeah.
him for Brendan Shanahan.
And Brendan Shanahan.
And Brendan Shanahan was the closing piece. He and Steve Yzerman might be the fastest like duo to
And
get
Fedorov.
in. They got into rhythm so quick together.
Well,
Shanahan knew what he had to do, and Yzerman was always fucking ready there in the crease. And they had so many one-timers.
And you had Sergei Fedorov in there too. So it was an unstoppable trio, those three.
Sergei Fedorov might be one of the last like stars of the NHL.
Dude.
Like they would follow him and find out who he was dating.
Yeah.
Like they wanted to know what car he was driving.
Player.
The NHL does not have that anymore. The NHL very much is lacking a star.
Well,
like
Sergei Fedorov was a good looking dude. He was very, and he still is. Look at him.
Most of those NHL guys are good looking dudes.
Yeah, but Sergei Fedorov, like he was like blonde hair, blue eyed, he was just beautiful. He was just a beautiful man, and he was Russian too. So, and how we got him and those other 4 players, dude, the Russian 5. Oh my God,
it was amazing what you could accomplish when there was no salary cap too.
and you're a billionaire.
Definitely and you're a billionaire pizza man based off of spending the fucking dollar, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, look at him. He's like a fucking he belongs in a boy band. He looks like all those boy bands. He's just okay, that's him now. He definitely looks like the Russian president right there.
Yeah, the Russians do not age so gracefully.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that nose is not done growing. Remember how big Opa's nose was at the end?
Yeah, it's huge.
This is the biggest nose ever. What are you doing?
I'm just rolling up one of my tobacco cigarettes.
Okay.
Cowboy Killers.
Did you see the cup I'm using today?
Hey, it's one of the Arby's one.
Yep.
You broke my favorite one of that.
Arby's,
Happens,
Gary
right?
Patterson. Yeah, but we could find it online.
Yeah, you can find it and you can you better.
Which one was it?
It's
Let's
the
look right now.
tornado one. The
Let's look right.
tornado with the golfer.
Arby's, Gary Patterson cups. What was it? Tornado golf?
Yeah.
Do you remember what it said?
No. There it is.
Yeah, I broke that putting it into the dishwasher. I was trying to help Oma.
Yeah.
And
Dedication.
well, I know what I'm getting you for Christmas.
It's not cheap. That's not cheap.
That's extremely affordable. I thought it would be way more.
Yeah.
So me breaking that glass only cost me $7. I would have broke it again.
Well, at the time, then you would have got me two. Yeah, that one, and then the Pool Shark one. I think Mom has that one.
I think Pool Shark is the coolest one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
That one.
Oy,
Oh, check this out. Let me go back real quick. I don't know if you saw this. Oh, one sec. I gotta. Did you hear about this?
No.
Ads, bro. Ads. A plumber was working on Joel Osteen's church and found cash behind a toilet.
I was just talking about him yesterday because I have a friend who's going to a church where they play a lot of music, and I was like, be careful, because those types of churches usually are just tax exempt businesses. That's all I told him. I was like, don't get fooled for it.
Did you ever go to Kensington or?
Yeah, tax exempt. It's a tax exempt business.
What's the one I went to? I don't even remember.
Kensington.
No, I didn't go to Kensington. I would when I was in my 20s, and I would go with Will.
Woodside Bible Church.
Woodside.
Tax exempt business.
I met a lot of good people there, but at the end of the day, man, it was ridiculous. It was all just like a shitty Christian rock concert.
Yeah.
Of people who were not fitting into normal society. Like, and the scary thing about incorporating that type of music and that type of atmosphere when you're trying to get people to give you money is music is very, very persuasive. Music and chords and just like getting people in that mindset, it breaks them down.
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of people that would sing along and they'd be weeping while the band was playing.
They all go like this.
And who am I to like judge someone feeling comfort? But it is a bit misguided.
Yes.
It's no different than idolizing a pop star as like and following all of their actions to a T.
Mm-hmm. No, exactly, and it's scary because you said it. It's music is very persuasive, and that's kind of how I felt. And when we went to at Kensington, they played a pop song. They played I can't remember what the pop song was now, but it's a boy and a girl singer. I want to say it's not The Head and the Heart. It's somebody else.
Civil Wars?
No, it was not Civil Wars. If it was Civil Wars, I would have probably stayed. I saw them at Bonnaroo.
It might be The Head and the Heart.
They were really good. It wasn't Head and the Heart.
The Head and the Heart have a lot of.
It was a really popular song around the 2010s, on the tween times. I don't remember, but I just remember thinking like, this place sucks. So it made me appreciate old timey Catholic Church. Honestly, like give me the Latin. I want to go to a church where they're speaking Latin. I don't want to understand anything that they say. Give me that. That's what I want.
I'm good on
That
that.
maybe that's the old Catholic in me, but
Yeah, I think so.
that's
I liked how Father Jerry taught Catholicism.
mm,
He read through all the metaphors and relayed the information to us perfectly.
well, the St. John Fisher is right there. It's a campus church. They were very progressive
He
and
my
very like
favorite was the one sermon he did about the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit doing this.
yeah.
He was like, it's not just repetition. It's the Father is the brain
Hmm.
guiding you. The Son is the heart, and the Father and the Son are always in working together, but also one is trying to control the other. The Father is trying to conform the Son, but he cannot control the Son. The Son has it works at its own rhythm.
Hmm.
And then the Holy Spirit, this action is our hands. It is the action that we go out and bestow upon the world. It is what we build. It is what we mend. It is what we do. So I always really appreciated that because a lot of people just do this action, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, with no regard
And
to the
also
action. And then he gave it purpose and he made it human. He made it connected to our internals, our thoughts, our love, our passions, and our actions.
who was the nun that worked with him too?
Sister Marianne,
Sister Marianne. Yeah.
she was
Father,
down
okay,
to
I just
earth,
want to say
man.
this real quick. Father Jerry, Catholic Church is such a bad rap, and there are a lot of creeps in the
We
Catholic
got
Church.
very lucky.
Yeah, with Father Strain at Saint Mary's of the Hills, and then Father Jerry. Father Jerry was probably the least creepiest man I've ever met. He
Mhm.
was actually somebody you could like talk to, and he was cool. He was cool. He was a cool guy. Wasn't he a musician too?
Yeah, he was very well rounded.
Yeah.
He Yeah, we got very lucky. And that's that good on mom for when we moved to Rochester. She went and visited all the churches because
She went and saw
she
Saint.
promised dad she would raise us Catholic after the divorce. And she stuck to her word on that. And she went to St. Andrews and
Mhm.
looked at it and she didn't like it. She thought it was too clicky.
Yep.
And then she
Yeah,
went
that's
to
how I
St.
felt
John
there.
Fisher and she just loved Father Jerry.
Yeah. So
I met some of my best friends in that youth group. Gavin,
yeah,
Erica, Joey, so
yeah.
many just great people.
I just
Kevin,
remember some.
the
There's some
list
cute.
list just goes on.
There were some cute girls in my youth group. My
Bro, that's why I love Subiaco so much. Because I got to go. It was a co-ed camp.
yeah.
It's the best weekends of my life, bro.
Yeah, that's an interesting place too. Very spiritual
Yeah,
place. I
those
felt very peaceful there,
they
and I
that's
felt
the highest point of Oakland County.
yeah. I
That's
feel
the
like
highest.
whatever Native American spirits are residing there, they they are they're glad that it's still a holy ground.
It goes even farther back than that. It's actually the Holy Spirits of Triceratops.
Oh, too bad. Too bad. Most of Michigan was underwater during the late Cretaceous. So
Oh, was it?
yes,
You nerd.
yeah, pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was actually.
Well,
Actually, now we gotta look
was
that
it
up.
underwater or was it covered by a glacier?
It was definitely was not covered by a glacier. There were no glaciers during the late Cretaceous.
Was the earth hotter then than it is now?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
Cretaceous. Yeah, yeah. During the Cretaceous, the Appalachian Mountains too were all covered by that stuff. Water.
Really?
Yep.
So is the North American continent like the tectonic plate? Which way is it shifting? Is it going more into the Atlantic or more into the Pacific? or is
Um,
it colliding in the center and
think
creating the mountains? Like, are there
Bill,
two?
learned this in a Bill Nye episode. I remember he's there. He said they move is it the European plate and the North American plate move? Yeah, they move away from each other inch every year or something like that.
Really?
We're getting real scientific today. I love it.
Let me
Religious and
let me look
science.
that up. This is fascinating. I
Yeah,
never even thought about this. The
plate.
land I live
Is-
upon, how is it shifting? Okay, so the North American plate is moving down and west.
Yeah, so they are moving away from each other. So it's moving towards the
We're
Pacific.
talking about
That's why you
tectonic
have.
plates.
That's why you have
That's
all
where we're
those.
at right now.
Yep, and
That's how
then
deep we are.
yeah.
Hassan's in the room right now. I don't know if you want to say hi. What up?
Hey, son, what's up?
Good to
Nice
see
to
you.
formally meet you.
Nice to formally meet you too. Which plates are you talking about?
We're talking about the North American and the Eurasian plate.
Yeah.
Do you know anything
Away
about
from
it?
each other.
I know that the reason why there's a lot of earthquakes in the San Francisco area is because San Francisco is on a different plate than most of the other cities in the country too.
Mhm.
Just a whole different plate.
Yeah, it's part of a whole different plate. Like if you see here where the cut is, there's a little bit of an overlap between where San Francisco is and then the other plate.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that little blue.
Yeah.
The Juan de Fuca. Is that what it's called? The Juan de Fuca plate? Or am I too far
No.
north?
Yeah. You might. Yeah, the Wanda. Yeah, it's around there. It's like a whole different. Like I know that. That's why California is like earthquake.
Have you experienced earthquakes?
Juan de Fuca.
Okay.
It's to the point where now mostly I don't give a shit
Yeah.
when it happens. Yeah.
Dude,
Where's he from?
he's from just south of San Francisco.
Oh, okay. So
Bay Area.
he's experienced some.
My first earthquake ever was when I was living on bunk beds in LA.
Mhm.
I was living in a shared housing situation, just saving money, living that artist
You
lifestyle.
told me this story.
And
just go. Just
I'm
take it away.
sleeping, and then I start to feel the bunk bed shaking. And I wake up and I'm like, is that motherfucker masturbating? I lived beneath a 60-year-old Indian man named Rajendra. And I thought he was masturbating because the bunk bed is shaking. And I'm like, are you kidding me? It's 9 a.m. It's 9 a.m. You're masturbating. The sun is up. So I jump out of the bottom bunk and I look up and he's not there. He's not there. He's just not there. And I'm like,
Wait,
oh
so
my God, this is
you're
an
trying
earthquake.
you're trying to jump and see him.
No, I was
Jacking it
gonna
real quick?
catch him like, hey, what the fuck, man? And he wasn't there. And that's when I realized it was an earthquake because I realized everything else in the room was also shaking.
Oh
Now
my
I'm on the
God.
third story of an apartment building. So I look out my window and everyone's running out of their homes. And I'm like, I don't know what to even do in this situation.
You run, but yeah, you jump out the window, I guess.
Well, the building didn't collapse, luckily.
Well, that's good. What was the magnitude?
I couldn't tell you, maybe 3.8.
3.8.
Enough to wake me up.
We had an earthquake here in Michigan, believe it or not. The people when I was working downtown, I'd actually just got home for the day, and when I was living in that one bedroom at Opa's old house, and I go to lay down. I'm like, done with the day. Go lay down, and I hear the garage, not the garage, but the shed go bam, bam. The doors on the shed. I'm like, is somebody like out there? I didn't feel it, but I just heard a bang, bang, and then a bunch of dogs barking. I'm like, somebody shooting a gun? Like, what's going on? Like, all right, whatever. I go on Facebook. Like 5 minutes later, this guy that I work with said we just felt the building shake here at work. So this must have been like 2018. Yeah,
Okay.
it had to have been sometime in 2018. There's a little earthquake here in Michigan. So we get them. We get very little ones, but they happen.
The last one I felt in LA scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a normal like it was just one big and it felt like whatever the tectonic plate we're on literally felt like it fell 8 feet. Like we felt like like
Were you with like a bunch of people?
Like someone just picked up the earth and dropped it. And we were sitting in the living room playing Settlers of Catan. And we all looked at each other like what the fuck? And because we kept waiting for like the next hit, like we thought it was gonna come back.
Yeah,
and that was it. And that shit scared me, man. Like
that is horrifying.
Living in LA was stressful because you're surrounded by millions of people. So if something bad happens, you're like, I'm not getting out of here. It's impossible. There's traffic when there's not emergencies. Can't imagine if everyone's trying to get the fuck out. And then people are always talking about the next big one. So earthquake's coming. So you're always paranoid about the earthquake. And then
the big one. Yeah.
Like being in a beehive.
What is the big one?
Being in a beehive that's hanging on the side of a tree that's being cut down.
Yeah.
Like this isn't going to end well.
But what's the big one? Like what do they mean by the big one? Is that the one where California falls into the ocean?
That's a good question, man.
Or is it, or are they talking about like the San Francisco, like the 1912 or the 1993?
1994, wasn't it?
Yeah, 94 San Francisco earthquake. Because those are big ones. Yeah. I'm sure Isan was alive for that. The 94.
No, that was Los Angeles though. He lived up.
Oh, that was Los Angeles. Okay.
Yeah.
But I thought San Francisco had a pretty bad earthquake too within.
Well, I don't know. I'm just talking about where I've lived. I don't know.
Yeah, that's one thing. Michigan's pretty safe from natural disasters. We get the occasional like tornado, and I think we've only had like within the last 100 years, like one F5. We get some flooding. We've been getting flooding's becoming more frequent, but
Michigan had an F5?
Like one within like the last 100 years.
Sorry, I'm just looking at
yeah. So you were born,
because I remember I texted you something earlier this week, and I wanted to talk about. And I'm trying.
Oh yeah, I texted you something too. But
so there was about
San Francisco did have an earthquake in 1989. So,
you wanted to talk about toys?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about toys because we're coming close to the Christmas season. You're probably not going to release this until like
the next one we just recorded is coming out Monday, December 5th, and then this one will be out on December 12th.
So we're getting close. So yeah, we gotta get a Christmas tree. We got the tree up. You know,
You have a Christmas tree up?
Oh fuck yeah, we got a Christmas tree up.
Let's see it because we don't have a Christmas tree.
Well, here, make me host real quick. So I want to play a song real quick. I don't care.
Well, because I think we can play a song.
Yeah, no one watches us. We can play.
Well, that's not true. People do watch us. I've had a couple people hit me up about it. And also I keep dropping the name of our podcast whenever I'm on someone else's podcast. So hopefully if people like me, they'll start coming over. All right, cool. I'm gonna bring up these videos you sent me about the cactus and the wand.
Yeah. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to share. I'm sorry. I'm really fucking up today.
Yeah, man. What's happening? Oh shit, that takes over my whole screen. Okay.
Yep. So, and this is what I needed to do. I just wanted to share the sound.
They don't have a music video? I know this.
There's our tree.
Oh, fuck that. That was good.
When I was small, joining Santa Claus, no one knew it was a dad. And I would hang up my stockings at Christmas, open my presents and I'd be that. The last time I played Father Christmas, I stood outside of the department store. A gang of kids came up to the and knocked my ring into the door.
Say, Father Christmas, give me some money.
Don't mess around with those silly toys. Beat you up if you don't hand it over. We want your
that's enough of that.
Oh, no, you gotta let the solo play real quick, and then we'll.
Ah, air guitar, you know. I play air guitar.
Don't give my brother a Steve Austin.
Okay, let it play. We'll let it play.
Don't give my sister a cuddly toy.
All right, that's a good song. Do you remember fucking rocking out to that? Like that rock and roll Christmas tape.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. And then there was
Excuse me.
another one I recommend. I can't talk today. Where'd my mouse go?
I don't know.
Uh,
Are you bringing something else up?
yeah, I just wanted to. I'm not gonna play the music, but I just wanted to show everybody this one. This is the album I've been listening to lately to get in the mood for Christmas.
Remember when we didn't see them in LA?
Have we talked about that yet?
No, we haven't. That was such a mistake. LA has some of the notoriously worst crowds for music concerts, though.
So that artist we saw, I heard he was I'm not gonna. Can I say his name?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So Nako and the Medicine for the People this guy's got me in trouble with my friends so much because I have some friends that are huge fucking fans of him and they get offended if you talk shit about him, like
Really?
straight up offended. Like we went and saw a show in LA and it sucked.
It was horrible.
It was one of the worst shows I've ever been to. So
granted, when I liked him, I was on a lot of drugs. So
well, no, Sal, shout out to Sal Turner, my good buddy. He's a fan of him, believe it or not. And he was showing me his like music. Like he had like this amazing drum solo, and the show actually looked pretty fucking sweet. And I did like some of the songs. Some of the songs reminded me of like Dave Matthews mixed with Sublime, which is like, I like that music. So I think Nako's got potential and maybe his music is good, but that show fucking sucked. Instead of having that fucking guy come out there and make us all feel bad for being, white. It was the week.
Shamed all the white people. In the crowd.
It was like, yeah, and he was white.
And he was white.
Some white guy, he just came out and said, you all should feel guilty for being white and shit. I thought he was going to come out and talk about, the Keystone Pipeline and all that, because that's what was happening at the time. And the election was that week too, the Hillary Clinton one. So I think the Hillary and Trump one. So I think that had a lot to do with it. But instead of having that guy come out, you should have had that fucking drum solo that I saw in Sal's Snap video, because that was fucking sick. If he would have had if it would have had that whole drum solo.
Yeah.
But that's when but Bad Religion is talking about the same shit. They probably have the same ideals and they're fucking rocking out, dude. Bad Religion is one badass band. I got to see them pretty
So that
recently.
concert was happening next door.
And then we're walking by and those cute little girls with their Bad Religion shirts. They weren't little. They were our age. They were over 18, but they were
Jesus Christ.
These cute girls walked by and they had Bad Religion shirts on. I'm like, hey ladies, how was the show? They're like, oh, it was so awesome. Yeah, were you guys there? Like, no, we were at Nako. And they were like, oh, and then they walked away. and you were just like, God damn it. That's when you knew you picked the wrong show.
Well, man.
Hey,
so
hey,
bad.
you thought you were doing the right thing.
He didn't play any
you.
of the songs I liked. He didn't play any of his like old shit. He played his whole new album, and the new album sucks.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Also, I'm pretty sure he was accused of like him or someone in his band was accused of like
rape.
Yeah. Sexual assault or trying to drug someone. So I don't fuck with them no more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over that phase of music and person. He seems like a big fucking fraud. I feel like he is using Native American culture as a brand.
Yep, I agree.
It's kind of gross.
Yeah.
Hoka.
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 More like hoax, like big
Hoax.
hoax. Yeah.
Hoax. Hey,
Anyways,
share your Spotify again and show us your top songs of 2021.
yeah, man. Oh, so I wanted to say something about that too.
That's going big right now.
That
I don't have Spotify. I have YouTube Music, so I don't get to be part of this.
it doesn't matter.
No, I know.
That whole
Sure,
thing is showing me how bad some of my friends' music taste really is. So, but I just listened. Lord Huron had a new album, so I listened to that a lot. But somehow, Days of the Phoenix by AFI fucking snuck up there. But yeah, these are my top songs. I was Not Dead Yet by Lord Huron. That's that song I had on repeat when it first came out. And they were like, so the Spotify thing I could show you, but I'm not going to play it. It's like, you're 2021, your life is a movie, and this is your intro song, and this was it, Not Dead Yet. And that's right, I'm not dead yet, motherfuckers. Anyways, Days of the Phoenix. What more can I say about this song? If I were to ever create an anime story, this would be the intro to the song, or intro to the show. I don't know. So I got a lot of Lord Huron. Saint Augustine by Bands of Horses snuck up there too this year.
That's an old one.
Yeah, it's an old one. So Days of the Phoenix is an old one too, but this one, yeah, my number one genre. Can you guess what it was?
Bummer. Depressed.
No, man. It was indie rock. I got indie rock as my number one, and then punk as my number two. Shut up. No, because Lonesome Dreams, that's a good song. So Lord
Hanging
Huron
on by a thread. What?
Lord Huron made it top. I had 3 out of 5 of my top 5 was Lord Huron. So shout out to Lord Huron. You're my favorite band. Sturgill Simpson snuck up there too to number 6, and then Bonobo, and then Lumineers, and then this song I listened to a lot, Adrift by Tycho, and then
that's my favorite. That might be my favorite album of all time.
Which one?
That one.
Dive. Oh my god!
Like,
so
it's so stimulating.
Did you see all the art? It's on his Instagram.
Album to listen to while you're driving a long distance.
Yeah. So
every time I would roll into Chicago to visit Zach,
yeah,
I would put on a walk. I should just get this artwork for my apartment.
He's man, maybe I gotta go to the Instagram.
I saw them live at the same place we saw Nako. And Tycho live.
Yeah, I remember.
Awesome.
I think I saw them the night before you saw them.
And I got the Michigan poster.
Yeah. So I saw them, and then they went to LA. I
remember walking up to the girl at the counter. I was like, "Hey, do you have any of the Michigan posters left?" And she's like, "Let me check." She was like thrilled about it. I was like, "Yeah, I like the artwork for it." Mm-hmm. I have a lot of.
I'm gonna make you the host.
Pride. You know, a lot of people leave where they're from, and they're like, "I'm so glad I got out of there. I'm so glad I got out of that dreadful place." I love Michigan. I think it's one of the greatest places on earth. Yeah. It just doesn't have a huge comedy scene for growth, personally. What were you just bringing up?
Nothing. I can't do this anymore. I can't be the host. So you be the host.
Okay.
I'm failing as the host. I'm trying to pull up the art. Just go on Tycho's Instagram and look up all the art. He's got art for each individual song on that album. But my favorite song on that album's got to be Coastal Break. And that's like one of that's like what you do. What did you just do? He's Paul Coffey again. He shoots, he scores.
I think it's the
Coastal.
I think it's the Optimus Prime, the Decepticon, the omnipotent variant.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, anyways, going back to Tycho.
What am I
keep us
looking
on
up?
track here. No, just go anytime you got a chance, just go on to his Instagram page. He's got artwork for each individual song. I was just gonna say my favorite song on that album is Coastal Break for sure. It's a house beat. I think that's the oldest song too. Cause that's all songs he's been working on. He had been working on from like his first album on, and his first album came out in like 2002. Yeah, there's the poster. Awake is a good song. You should listen to that second album and the third one.
I've listened to all his albums.
Yeah.
I love
And,
it.
and the new
They're
stuff,
incredible.
his sound,
I
his
do
sound.
most
How
of
he
my
can-
jokes.
Sorry.
Most of my jokes I write while listening to Tycho.
How can he?
Is that William Montgomery?
I just discovered.
Does
his
that
stuff.
not
Watch
look
this.
like William Montgomery? Who is this?
That looks like William Montgomery.
Prague
dude.
School, 16th century. Portrait of Tycho Brahe.
That's
That looks
you
like
found,
William.
You found William's a time traveler, dude. I knew it.
I would not be shocked. I would be like, okay, that's that
It-
explains
there's so many. He's got a lot of good jokes, but the one thing he says is when he says the word nightmare, it's like the funniest thing ever.
How does he
Why-
say it?
It's like it's a fucking nightmare. So like just next time you see him, ask him to say the word nightmare for me.
I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I'll just listen to what he does it on stage.
Yeah. He says it a lot. You could make a drinking game out of anytime William Montgomery says the word nightmare, you take a shot of whiskey or something. Cause anyways, I always thought if he comes to Detroit, I'm gonna get him some of that raisin bread you get from Kroger.
Oh yeah, he does like that raisin bread
But do you know the raisin bread I'm talking about? The one that Opa always got with the frosting on it?
on top. Yes.
I'm gonna show him some. He wants
Well,
some raisin bread. I'll show
maybe
you
if-
some raisin bread.
Maybe
William.
if you don't
It's
mind,
good.
maybe if you don't mind, you can just ship some of that up here.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Because I would. What's the brand on that?
I don't remember, but I
It's that Michigan.
hang on. Let me go check, see if we have it. We might have some. It might be moldy and old though. No, we're out. I'll go get some and then we'll show it on the next one. That's the nice thing about having a headless headphone or wireless headphones. I can talk to you while I'll go search for raisin bread.
That is
Anyway, anyways, so I want to get to my big subject, and then I want to actually before we get to the main subject of this podcast, I want to say that was really what it's really fucking sad what fucking happened in Oxford. I have to get it out there. I am a little shooken up. So school shootings happen, all right. They've happened a lot. And none of them have shook me up. And we've had some pretty bad ones here in Michigan too. The little girl that got shot in Flint, look that one up. That one was really sad. But I want to give a shout out to the University of Michigan for what they're doing. They're putting Tate Myers, one of the victims, the kid who died in the who died in the police car on his way to the hospital. They're putting Tate's football number on the Michigan jerseys with 4 hearts for the kids that died. But there's some there's some kids that have like really bad head injuries from being shot in the head. There's a girl on a ventilator. I don't know if all of them are going to survive. It's really sad. I know you're like quiet, but you got to remember, David. I went to kindergarten at Leonard Elementary, and that was in the before our parents divorced. I went to Leonard Elementary. That was a school in the Oxford School District.
I know. I'm not being
I have
quiet because
friend-
I don't relate to it. I understand completely. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't. It's quite. It's quite. It shouldn't have happened. It doesn't. I walk those halls. We used to go there to do our choir.
Yeah.
I think it was like ACDA or whatever Ulrich had us doing, where we would sing for judges. So I've sang in their auditorium
Well,
several
we went
times.
to
I've
Lake
met their
Orion.
students. It's a beautiful school.
Did
Um,
did they switch it to Oxford? Because I know when I went there, we went to Lake Orion High School for that.
We did both. When
Okay.
I was a freshman, I think we did Lake Orion, the
Yeah. Well,
Dragons.
I know
then
Lake Orion's
moved up to
feeling it. I know.
Oxford because Oxford had that new building at the time back then.
Yeah. Yep.
So they were definitely utilizing it.
And I know Lake
Uh,
Orion High School's feeling it. All the Rochester schools are feeling it. Stony
They're
Adams.
neighbors.
Yeah,
It's-
we're all neighbor.
it's so
If
close
you
to
get
home.
busted with,
It's not 5 miles from where we grew up.
not to make a joke about it, but like, and including like Lakeville, but not to make a joke, this is not a joke, but if you get caught with like, it's all 52nd third district court system. That's the judicial district. So if you get caught in Oxford with like you drinking, driving, you're gonna go to the same court system as if you get caught in like downtown Rochester. So that's what I'm just saying. They're all connected.
And I guess
And that's why it's
on a
close to
side
home.
note on that, I'm very happy that he's not dead. He didn't kill himself. So now,
Yeah.
like in a lot of times these school shootings, justice is never served because they take the coward's way out. And this coward didn't die. And so
Yeah.
now I think full punishment of the crime. I think we need to set a standard with this guy. I don't care if he's 15. I say throw the book at him, fucking make it public.
Yeah.
And dude, I don't even
And
like human in me. Like the anger is like, I get why there were public executions back then.
mhm,
I get it
mhm.
because you have to drive home to so many individuals that like you can't get away with this.
Mhm.
There is a better way. You can get help. You can ask for help. You don't have to attack back. It's like they're literally letting evil take over them.
Mhm.
And I think it's in everyone.
Mhm.
I think there's something in everyone that can get so lost that they could do this.
Hell no,
We
no.
need to do better.
Yeah,
like-
I agree.
And
Um,
and he's alive. So I say this is an important way, like however we react to this as a people, we need to get justice and we need to set some standards.
his father too, but apparently his father.
Yeah,
didn't
did you
do
hear?
anything
Did
wrong.
you hear?
Yeah,
they just,
he called the police because he thought his son was the shooter. So, yeah.
They are both being tried. They're both charged right now
Yeah.
on
But
4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Now
But
that
that
being
makes
said,
sense.
they were brought into school that morning.
yeah,
Why? Like, why didn't the kid get sent home? Why didn't he go home with this, folks? Why didn't like it blows my mind that his parents were there that morning at
there were
school.
kids saying like, I don't want to go to school right now.
Who-
Because I guess he posted a gun on the
What was the
he
meeting
posted
about?
the gun the night before.
What the hell was the meeting about?
Yeah.
What did they say to that kid in that meeting?
Yeah. I don't know.
Like,
It's kind of weird.
it's so
Yeah.
horrific. It's so sad. That the young kid, the Tate Meyer, I like looked over his Twitter, and he was posting videos to get scouted for college,
Yeah.
and he has just like I don't know, I don't know the kid personally, but like just on what he posted and like the way he represented himself in interviews post game,
hmm
seemed like a hell of a kid.
Yeah.
And those other kids are so young.
Yeah.
So they had so much future ahead of them. The one girl
Yeah.
was getting offered full ride scholarships. The
mhm,
other young girl was a freshman.
mhm.
Like, bro, it's individuals make the difference. And when you lose them young. It's like you're affecting a very heavy future.
Yeah.
Who knows
Oh,
what those
God,
folk
yeah.
could have created.
Yeah.
And then for the killer, that the horrible murderer, who knows what he could have been if he chose a different path.
Yeah.
if he would have chose to just
He's-
hold on and channel that anger into something else.
I don't
Who
know.
knows what
looking
he
at
could have
his-
been. And then
looking at
he
his-
he gave up on himself and then chose to
He chose evil. He let the evil take him. Look at those eyes, man. You can see he's got.
I don't want to look at him. I can't. I saw his
Yeah.
picture once, and I don't want to
Yeah.
glorify
Okay,
him.
don't look at him.
I refuse
look
to
at
even
him.
say his name.
Yeah, it's a tough one. That's a hard
Well-
thing. Man, it made me think too, like, thank God it didn't happen when we went to school. We didn't have any at Stony Creek, we didn't have any metal detectors or anything, no
My
security
year
guards. We
had
had some
several
hum on.
threats.
Yeah, so we
And-
didn't even have a threat, but there were kids. Somebody did light a book on fire in the bathroom. That was cool because we got out of class, but thank you whoever did that. But like that, the brick building's not gonna catch on fire that quick. But
We had one kid. Very similar situations leading up to what they said with Oxford is there was spray paint and graffiti all over the walls.
mhm,
And then he was making blanket threats in gym class and stuff.
mhm.
And then it got to the point where it's like we were having drills
Mhm.
to prepare for something. Dogs were sweeping the building.
Mhm.
And then that guy made like he like called it a bomb threat. And then I remember the way I can't remember if it's 100% correct, but I remember seeing all the leaders of the class, like the class president, the star football player, they all started hanging out with him a lot more.
Mhm.
Like they were hanging out with him all the time and like kind of brought him under their wing.
Okay.
And that was how my class and leaders reacted to his
He gave him love.
yeah. Also he was kind of special needs though. He was very much a different kid than this kid right here.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
that the kid that was in my grade that was doing it was very much
You think he
lost.
was autistic?
Very much, and he reacted with anger, but he was embraced.
Yeah. Yeah, but who knows?
It's really hard to do though when
Some people
someone
can't. Some people
outwardly-
can't accept love in their heart, and they're just inherently evil. And it is
I'd
what
like
it
to
is.
not believe that someone could be inherently evil, but I don't. I think you might be right
Yeah.
because
So-
it's so often.
That's a pretty progressive approach that Stony Creek took, but Stony Crook Stony Creek took there, but it was like you said that maybe he just needed some love in his life. We all could, but some people just can't. They're just born psychopaths. And I'm gonna what can you do? I said I'm praying for Oxford High School, and some assholes commented, "Oh, send thoughts too." It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. What can I do? Like, the shit happened. I was at work. The best thing I can do is pray for them. And the one kid's got to GoFundMe. The kid that just recently died in the hospital. He had I think he had a chest wound. So, man. Anyways, I'm sorry bring that up, but it needed to be talked about, and I didn't get a chance to talk to you about it yet. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Our cousin Ivan is a teacher in Detroit,
hmm
and
We gotta get Ivan on here.
you can't help but worry about your loved ones too. Like teacher, I won't say her name, but that works at Stony, who I still keep in touch with. Her kids go to Oxford,
Oh,
so she's posting that they're okay, they're home, they're safe, and that's like good to see. But
hmm
that's it's a community. It's like that's our neighbor that was attacked.
Yeah. Moment of silence for
Yeah.
them. So, but the next subject I wanted to bring up, what was I gonna talk about?
It's
It's a hard one to follow, you know.
I'm gonna let's see, put on some music.
Yeah, workout mix there, David. You've been working out. Oh, there is one thing I did want to ask you about
What's up?
after this, but yeah, put on the song and then we'll talk about it afterwards, and then I
I was
wanted
just
to
gonna
get to the
pick a
main
random
subject.
song, but just to set a different mood. Let's see what happens in the shuffle.
There's a port on a western bay, and it serves 100 ships a day. Lonely sailors pass the time away and talk about their homes. And there's a girl in this harbor town, and she works laying whiskey down. They say, Brandy, fetch another round. She serves them whiskey and wine. The sailors say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Yeah, your eyes could steal a sailor from the sea. Brandy wears a braided chain made of finest silver from the north of Spain. A locket that bears the name of a man that Brandy loved. He came on a summer's day, bringing gifts from far away, but he made it clear that he
David, who am I?
no harbor was
LeVar
his
Burton.
home. The sailor said, Brandy, you're a fine
No, I'm
girl.
Star Trek.
What a good wife.
That's LeVar Burton.
I know. LeVar hanging around. Nah, turn this shit off. I never liked that song. Everyone's like, "Oh, Sex and Candy." It's such a good song. It's 4 chords, and it's the guy's voice is like, ah.
He's just talking.
Downtown by myself, I was jacking off because I'm a pervert. The song gave me total creeper vibes. It's like
Hang around.
Sex and Candy. What? How old is Candy? That's what I want to know. You fucking creeper. Get the fuck out of here.
I guess it does sound like a
Marcy's.
creeper song.
And the songs and the band's called Marcy's Playground. Like, come on, total fucking pedophile vibes. Turn that shit off. This is a good song. This is a good song. This is a classic. You got some. I like how it goes from No Rain to Blind Melon to fucking Avicii.
This is the playlist they choose for me. And honestly, I think
Inside Out by Eve 6. Hard in the blender.
YouTube music sucks.
Yeah, get on to
skip
Spotify.
most of these songs. Like, I don't want to listen to Skull and Dance.
I like that song. We had. You're not gonna be able to hear over us.
Okay, yeah, stop that.
We had tickets to go see Milky Chance, and then the pandemic happened. We also had tickets to go to Green Sky Bluegrasses.
This is
I
not
think I sent you a Green
music.
Sky Bluegrass song last night. But we went to we were supposed to go to their Camp Bluegrass Festival, Camp Green Sky.
But did you hear the International Space Station had to swerve? Did you know it could swerve?
I didn't know that it could swerve.
I guess it can swerve.
Damn, that's sweet.
Also, I'm pretty sure we have to go to war.
What do you mean? Why?
If our international
Mhm.
space station has to swerve, I think I think we have to go to war with the other internationals.
Are there other space stations up there? Doesn't China have a space station?
You know, I don't know. I have no clue.
Because the International Space Station was a joint venture between Russia and the United States.
That was
when we were good friends in the 90s.
I was trying way too hard to be funny with the word international and war.
Internet.
But I'm pretty sure China is doing its own thing up there. I'm pretty sure they're doing their own thing and separate from the US and Russia. But Russia blew up their satellite without any regard to anything international or anything American or Chinese.
Yeah, I think Russia's doing their own thing. They're starting to do their own thing. That's why we have like Elon. And did you know that fucking Jeff motherfucking Bezos is the reason why we're not back at the moon? We're gonna wait a year to go to the moon because he wanted the rights to it and sued NASA over it. And while that was happening, SpaceX couldn't work on anything. So
really,
how about hey, Jeffrey Bezos and Elon, how about you guys shut the fuck up and work together? You really want to make that happen. You really want to make that happen? Like stop fucking being greedy. They're being greedy. They're greedy motherfuckers.
So to slow him down, he just created a lawsuit?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah. So anyways, let's get to the main subject that I want to talk about.
All right. And then we're gonna wrap it up.
Toys.
1 sec. Oh, I was
What?
we're talking about Christmas toys now, which I think is a great subject to talk about. We talked about the Oxford school shooting, and now we're talking about toys. We're really definitely
roommates are about to come in too.
Hey, I just was looking through the last podcast, and I had to cut Brian out because he flashed the camera.
Did you see his dick?
No, you can't see it, but he's definitely
naked.
You can see him open the towel.
That didn't get on camera, but Chelsea also mooned me. So anyways,
your brother lives in a sex dungeon with
yeah, seriously. What was I gonna say though? So that cactus toy, I'm sure everybody saw that. So they were selling this toy on the Walmart website, and it was supposed to be multilingual, right? And the Polish song was by this Polish rapper who's singing about cocaine and just like not being homeless, basically. So the video, you got to look up the news video that I sent you, and then I want to talk about what it reminded me of too, because like years ago there was the evil stick.
Already, and that includes
Why aren't you sharing it?
For their little ones.
One Brampton grandmother says she got quite a shock when a dancing cactus she bought sang a song with swear words and drug use. Pat Foran's got this one on Consumer Alert. Pat.
I can't stand how
Michelle,
news.
this is a strange one. The
people
cactus
talk.
is sold online as an educational toy and sings songs in 3 languages, but one song in Polish talks about doing cocaine, depression, and uses profanities. The grandmother who bought it said the toy should not be for sale.
So this is supposed to be a singing cactus.
Anya Tanner of Brampton wanted to buy an educational toy for her granddaughter and found
That's
this
supposed to be an
dancing cactus
educational
on
toy?
Walmart's website,
Yeah.
selling for
Fucking
about
cactus.
$26. She ordered it, and when it arrived,
Dancing,
she
that's
decided
not
to listen to the
educational.
songs, one in English, Spanish, and Polish.
It just happens that I'm Polish. When I started
Oh, it
listening
just
to the
happens
song
that
and I
I'm
heard the
Polish.
words, I was in shock. I didn't know, like, what is this? Some kind of joke?
The song is by Polish rapper Sippies and has references to cocaine, drug abuse, suicide, and depression.
It's about taking 5 grams of cocaine and being alone. Something about he doesn't care. He lost the house already. There's nothing to live for. Very depressing song.
The cactus was sold months ago in Europe where other families noticed the lyrics. The Polish artist said he was unaware his song was being used and said he planned to take legal action against the Chinese manufacturer for using his song without permission. Both Sippies and the manufacturer could not be reached for comment. As for Tanner, she wants a refund from Walmart.
Really?
Feels they shouldn't be selling the toy.
The store is swearing words and talking about cocaine. This is not what I ordered for Jessie.
CTV News reached out to Walmart and a
I kind of want the
spokesperson told
cactus
us
now.
Yeah.
There's no way this is not just marketing to get more people to buy the cactus. I can't
Yeah.
trust that everything isn't just Nathan for you now.
Oh my God. Yeah.
We're gonna create a toy that has the whole ploy is to make that rapper famous.
It's funny. So while we were watching that, the fuck, I'm sorry, I'm having problems.
Yeah, what is happening there? What are you doing?
I'm trying to plug my headphones in because they're dying and I don't have a fucking charger for it. So I'm fucked. I'm fucked. Yeah, so that reminded me of the Evil Stick. Do you remember the Evil Stick? It was like big thing back in 2012.
No.
Oh my God, the Evil Stick. So this woman found this at this yeah, that's it. The original, go that one right there. Yep.
A disturbing image hidden inside a toy purchased at a local dollar store.
News Center 7's Lauren Clark with why a Kettering mother wants it off the shelves.
A mother bought her toddler this princess wand at the dollar store behind me. Imagine her surprise when the curious little girl peeled back the foil to find this image of a girl cutting herself inside. The packaging promises fairies and, quote, wonderful music, but I doubt many people would call this
and
music.
then it said, hang on, pause it real
It's
quick.
difficult to see the image clearly in the dark, but if you pull back the foil,
Hey,
there's
pause
no
it real quick.
mistaking it.
What?
No, I was gonna say on the box it says I send out wonderful music, and then it's and then on the other side of it it says I send out the luster of beauty. Like who the fuck made that shit? Anyways, keep
Look
going.
close enough. It's not a drawing. It's an actual picture of the girl slitting her wrist. I'm outraged over it. I want to know how they think that is suitable for a child.
Nicole Allen said she found the wand for her 2-year-old daughter in the toy section of the $1 store on Linden Avenue last weekend.
There was Barbie dolls on one side and baby dolls on the other side. And these were right in the middle of where they were at.
The owner of the store told me parents need to pay more attention to what they're buying for their children.
The name on it, it says Evil Stick. So from the name, I would, if I'm buying it for my kid, and I have a lot of kids, and I have young ones, I would inspect it before I even give it to them.
He also said that while he would not buy the toy
Not
for
wrong.
a toddler, he thinks it's okay for older kids.
For a 5, 6, 7, 10 years old, I mean, they see that on TV every day.
But Nicole and other shoppers at the store disagree.
You don't want to think about little girls picking that up and thinking this is normal.
TV every day.
But Nicole,
what the fuck? Dude, that's so fucked
Yeah, I know. It's very creepy.
Nicole and other shoppers at the store disagree.
You don't want to think about little girls picking that up and thinking this is normal, you know, or funny or interesting or any of those things.
The owner of the store tells me he will not be taking the item off of his shelf unless he receives a complaint directly from a customer. In Dayton, Lauren Clark, News Center 7.
Yeah, that's definitely what I want for Christmas.
I'm trying to like put on new headphones because my headphones are.
All right, well, we're about to wrap up anyways.
But yeah, dude, like these toys exist and it's fucking crazy.
My what was my favorite Christmas toy? My favorite Christmas gift was when Mom got me Trading Places.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I remember that. That was a good movie.
Yeah, she didn't realize
Such a good
that Jamie Lee Curtis goes full frontal in it.
Yeah.
And I was a young kid, so I was like, hey, Mom's cool.
Hey. Hey yo. No, there's 3 Christmases that really come to mind, and the one where we got Pokemon Gold and Silver and we just sat there and played it the whole time. There's a
was
there's a cute picture of you and me on the couch, like, look at that Pokemon I just got. look at this new Pokemon. It's so cool. And then I think it was like 97. It was the T-Rex from Jurassic Park Lost World that ate things.
Yeah, and you could take things out of its belly.
Yeah, that
That's
was
such a cool toy.
That was a badass T-Rex. And I remember when they sold it, the tail had a crease in it. So the thing was just like permanently creased. The tail was all like
because it didn't fit in the box.
Yeah, it didn't fit in the box they sold it in.
The tail was always bent.
Yeah, but the thing was badass. And then Christmas 2004 for me, that was when I was turning 16 in 2004, so I was getting really into the music. I stopped playing sports with you. You know, I was more into girls, and I was becoming a hippie. And Mom got me 2 albums and a really badass incense burner. She got me House of the Holy by Led Zeppelin on CD, and then she got me the White Album by the Beatles, and that was, good. I enjoyed that very much so. And she got me this mushroom incense burner that was super badass. And I had it up until I had that thing for a long time. I had it up until 2014, and then when I moved from Ferndale, when I lived in Ferndale, I had it, and then when I moved from Ferndale to the Rochester house on Crooks Road, it broke. That was sad. I was really sad. So, but that thing was sweet. But
it was cool. I remember that thing.
But Pokemon. But I think out of all those 3, like Pokemon Gold was like the best. And then you talk about movies. Don, our stepfather, got me Freddy Got Fingered for Christmas.
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
You remember Freddy Got Fingered?
Yes. It's someone. Oh, let me see if I can find that news article.
Yeah, how it's catching up to comedy's finally catching up to it. Dude, he's a fucking genius. I was watching some of the interviews for him, and if you ever go back and watch Tom Green Monkey Subway Hour when he goes to Japan, that's some of the funniest shit. He's at like a temple, he's at a shrine, and there's this like deity. They're like, everybody look up there, Japanese, and he looks over and there's like this green deity, I forget who it is, and he just starts screaming. He's like, ah, and then runs away, like as if he's
This was Tom Green?
Tom Green, yeah. Look up Monkey Subway Hour. But yeah, no, I know the article you're talking about. Comedy's finally catching up to him. Yeah,
like they're saying like Eric Andre and I think you should leave are definitely influenced by Tom Green.
Oh, very much so. Eric Andre, absolutely.
He's a
nice guy.
Something about deity.
Yeah.
Which one?
No. Put Japanese shrine, and then just let it play. Scroll down a little bit. Yeah, he's like trying to get the Japanese people. Yeah, there it is.
Are you kidding me, bro? We're at one of these things that you see in Japan, travel books and stuff all the time. Sort of like a Benihana, I guess. The cool roofs and beautiful golden paint. Hey guys, how are you? Try the steak teriyaki. It's really good.
Try the steak teriyaki.
All of a sudden. The last joke's cracking me up still. We haven't really figured out
it's
what
so
this
polite.
is, but it's some sort of
they're
shrine,
very patient.
I guess.
There.
This guy looks like
This
he's taking a leak. What were
Looks
you
like
doing
this guy's taking a leak.
Oh, reading, okay.
That's like an
From
American
behind it looked like
tourist.
you were taking a whiz.
It wasn't.
Yeah. Would have been a weird place to do it, huh?
Oh, here we go. This is what I was talking about.
It's basically pretty boring, to be honest. Oh!
Imagine Dave.
You've seen one temple, you've seen them all. I bet. I couldn't tell you, I've only seen one temple, but I bet. So I'd like to introduce.
Yeah, and then this is where it gets really weird. They go into like the Japanese underground and buy like underwear from young girls. It gets really fucking weird. So, but yeah, that special is fucking hilarious. I highly recommend it. So, man, I didn't even get to half the things I want to talk about. I want to talk about the metaverse. Fuck the metaverse. That's all I wanted to say about that. And then like Twitter, what's going on with Twitter? That's all a bunch of bullshit. The guy's taking over Twitter. He's an asshole. Fuck them. I did watch a really good Disney Plus series about Jacques Cousteau. I highly recommend it. So go on Disney Plus and watch that. That's good. It's like Life Aquatic is real because it's all about Life Aquatic. It is like the Life Aquatic, but it's actually real. And turns out Jacques Cousteau got all his money from the Saudi Arabians. How about that? So, anyways,
really?
yeah, watch the article. And then there's a Breitbart article talking about lawmakers introducing Kyle Rittenhouse law, so you can't have malicious prosecution. That's not going to pass because we live in America. So fuck that. There's one thing that I actually want to ask you, and then we can wrap this up if you want. Seth Rogen's comments about to that YouTuber who was complaining about. Do you know about this?
No, what's this?
Oh,
he
yeah.
doesn't let me have it right now.
So Seth Rogen commented on this like YouTuber's Twitter, saying that LA is a third world country and I'm sick of like all these people being broken into. And then Seth Rogen goes, well, LA is actually a very pretty place. And I don't mind my car getting broken into. Some guy left a funky knife and I got a cool present. Like just some like elitist bullshit, dude.
That is extremely elitist. Just
look it up. Like not right now because you're holding your cap, but I recommend you looking into that.
What did he say?
And I wanted your opinion because you lived in LA. You were homeless in LA.
I had my car broken into.
You had your car broken into how many times? 3 times, right?
Once.
Just once. And you got we won't talk about what got stolen, but it was sad. Didn't they steal that Pokemon skateboard?
No, I still have that.
Oh, thank God.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's not coming on. Not coming up. It wasn't breaking and entering. It was like, yeah, this is the guy, Casey Neistat. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's the original tweet.
So I definitely see why he would call it a third world shithole, but it's not. That's retarded. It's in America. It's not. And also third world, it's like they got grocery stores and they got running water. It's like that's just an ignorant thing to say. But there are a lot of parts of it that are bad, crime ridden, like things being stolen. Saying something is a third world shithole because your stuff gets stolen is looking at the problem in a very, very ignorant way. It's like, yo, those people are stealing your stuff because they're third world mindset. They're stealing your stuff because they need money so they can provide for their survival. Even if that includes drugs, maybe they need that to survive. Maybe that's what they think they need to survive. And maybe that's enough of a reason to steal your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's all capitalistic first world argument right now. These are two very wealthy men arguing about an issue they've never had to live through.
Yeah. Well, apparently the one guy's not that wealthy, but You live in LA. You got something going for you.
Yeah, I lived out of my truck in LA, and never once did I think of it as a third world situation. A lot
You
of
thought
homeless
about
people would be offended by that statement too. A lot of
by what you
homeless
said.
people living in LA are living way better, happier lives than people with mansions.
Okay.
No, trust me,
I don't
man.
know.
I walked past this one homeless community once of like 8 people. They were all cooking for each other, hugging each other.
So that's not a
laughing,
homeless community. They're just a commune. Then they're
but they're living out of tents in the middle of a park.
Mhm. I mean, maybe that's how they like it.
Yeah, and I'm not. Maybe that's how they like it. Maybe it's a situation, but like
I mean, when we went to Scorched Nuts and all lived
they
out
had a
of tents,
community, and that's very valuable.
that was a blast. Also, we had a lot of fun things to do. So
Yeah, Scorched Nuts was a blast.
that was a blast.
I was just reminiscing about it yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
Some of the crazy things I saw there. The orgy being probably up in the top 3. I was on mushrooms and I'm walking around to the back of Scorched Nuts, and there's this tent that has a big sign on the front of it that says sex house, HAUS. I'm like, oh, it's like German. And I thought it was gonna be like a themed like everyone had
Didn't they
camps.
Didn't
So I
they
thought it
have
was
like a
gonna be
Bavarian theme?
What?
Didn't they have like an Oktoberfest Bavarian theme?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
go
remember
ahead.
that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anyway, I'm walking in and I see because the German spelling, I think maybe they're gonna have like schnitzel or like maybe like kielbasa, like some like just a bunch of like meat, like sausages. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm walking in there, and she's this tall, like 6'4", bald woman who's wearing a fur coat is in the front at the door, and she stops me and she goes, "Hi, how are you doing tonight?" I go, "I'm good. What's this?" And she goes, "It's an interactive experience where we release all our taboos." I go, "Okay." And we talk a little bit. She gets to like feel me out, and then she doesn't ever use the word orgy. And then she goes, "I just need you to wash your hands." So she gives me this bar of soap and pouring hot water over my hands, and I'm washing them because we're out in the woods, like we're out in the middle of a top of a mountain. And I'm washing my hands, and mind you, I'm on mushrooms, so the soap and my hands are the same color, so I lose the creases between my fingers, and it looks like I'm just kneading taffy. It looks like I'm just kneading taffy, and she can see that I'm experiencing something.
Yeah.
She smiles and she pours the hot water over my hands, and then I'm like, "Oh, there's my fingers." There they are. There they are. And I walk in, and she seats me down on a mattress, and she says, "Your role as a man is to be approached. Your job here is to not approach anyone, to like you're not the aggressor for the sexual experience. They will come to you." So we sit and we talk a little bit, and I'm looking around the room. I see 2 people that are actually in our group. I'm like, "Oh, hey." It's like people having sex all around. There's people doing rope play and educating people on how to do rope play and where to lay it on the right tendons and muscles so that you don't hurt the person. And then there's in the corner, there's a sex swing, and there's a girl on it, and she's being pegged by another girl wearing a large strap on. And I'm talking to this girl, and she's like, asking what we want to do and like yada yada. And then after a while, she sits up and looks at this guy and goes, "Charlie." And this guy is just a guy wearing overalls. He's got a little bit of an underbite. He's a simple looking fella. He looks like he's just been working hard because all he's been doing for the last 30 minutes is just taking wood out of a trailer and stacking it into neat piles next to the fire. She goes, "You've done enough work for today, Charlie. Go ahead and help yourself to Candace." And without saying a word, he locks the hatch on the trailer and starts heading over to the sex swing. And he takes off his overalls one hook at a time. And he gets over to the sex swing, and he, without missing a beat, they make eye contact. He just starts fucking Candace. They just start having sex. And all I could think was like, what college did he go to? Like, how do I get that job? What can I get a bachelor's in stacking wood and then fucking people in a sex swing? Because he's just there working for this commune. They're like a traveling circus of people who have orgies all over the country and educate people on rope play.
Oh. Did you see the link I sent you in the chat?
And that is Scorched Nuts.
Yeah, I still have the
what am I opening here? Oh yeah, I don't.
It's the 2017 placement map for Scorched Nuts.
Is that when we went?
Yep. I still have it.
So we were Tree Basin. So we're right here. We had the largest group, so they put us in the field. So
Yeah.
so we wouldn't have to walk all our shit in. At least that's what I think it was. And I'm actually really happy because it rained one year and this got all muddy.
Yeah.
All muddy. It was the
was it Camp Deutschbag?
You know, I was bummed.
Where you were
right here. This area was closed the year you went.
Yeah.
And I remember my first year there, I walked up there with Rob, Dawson, Austin, and Dean.
Yeah.
And we all watched like, oh my God, man, like millions of fireflies.
Yeah.
Just in the Milky Way. It was such a beautiful day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a hill right there. And it's all covered in ivy that has like all these like spikes. And I tripped on the ivy and I almost fell down the hill and Dawson caught me.
Yeah.
That was a close one. But that was one of the most beautiful experiences of my life was over there.
Cool.
The portal, I had Dream Nexus. Sex House was right over here.
Yeah.
House of Bacchus. Oh.
Yeah, it was cool. There's one that's just called Fart. It's like art, but with an F in front of it.
Platform 9 3/4 was Harry Potter themed.
Yeah.
It was cool. Over here was the, like, I wish they had photos. This temple was beautiful over here.
Mm-hmm. The Eternal Flame.
A lot of
Pillars.
fire spinners.
Yeah, those guys were cool.
I remember right by these toilets once I took a good poop.
Yeah, me too. That's where oh man, I had a tick on my thigh. And I got him before he could dig in. It was a deer tick, so that's the kind that you get Lyme disease from. And he was right on my thigh. It's like, what the fuck is that? Is that a zit? And I'm like, I go to squeeze it. I'm like, oh no, that's a tick.
Jesus.
Pulled it off and set him on fire because that's the only way you can kill him. You can't step like if you try to step on a tick, they're like little bricks, dude. You can't. They're disgusting. I fucking hate them. I just got the EBGBs thinking about it. Yeah. Ugh. I fucking hate those things. I had one on me in 2020. I had one. I didn't even go anywhere. I just walked up to where I was living. I just walked up to the pond and back, and then I wake up from a little outside nap. I got a fucking tick on my foot. This one was a dog tick though. I don't really carry Lyme disease or anything, so
no.
Yeah. They carry Rocky Mountain spotted fever. Yeah, that's the one. That's the disease. That's like the worst thing they carry, and it's really rare. So, anyways, well, it's getting dark over here, so I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay. Well, it was good catching up with you.
Yeah. Good to see you. Merry Christmas. If I don't talk to you till then.
Maybe I'll see before then.
Wait a minute. The words. Right. Say the words.
So did you know he was supposed to play Mysterio in
Tycho?
the Sam Raimi ones?
Barata!
Yes.
Sam Raimi Spider-Mans.
It was the supposed to be the fourth movie.
Yeah. Just supposed to be like a quick
he's-
little thing at the beginning.
He's in all three too. So that would have been awesome to think like Mysterio's been watching him this whole time.
Yeah.
Definitely an N-word.
It's definitely an N-word.
Oh yeah, Bruce.
All right.
Is a best actor to come out of Michigan. He's still doing it too.
Barata! Okay then. That's it.
Hey,
That whole scene is hilarious.
Everything's cool. I said the word. I did. Wait.
Necronomicon.
Anyways, I'm going to bed. Good night.
All right. Watch out for that Necronomicon variant. It kills you and then brings you back to life.
Dude, seriously, man.
That's the next one.
That's what they said about Ebola, dude. And I remember a bunch of people saying, like, I'm so excited for the zombie apocalypse. I'm like, you're all a bunch of fucking idiots. It's not gonna happen.
If it does, it's going to be something to do with meningitis.
Yeah, that I can believe. Fuck. Or like meningitis and rabies combined, and there's your zombies.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Good night.
Good night, brother.
Sleep with that. Sleep living with that, people.
Live sleeping with that.
Good night.